Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Mike, and I am a technical product marketing manager at Forward Networks. In today's Demo Tuesday, we are going to see how Forward's mathematically accurate digital twin can help Mike, a senior member of Rathco Inc.'s network team, from getting erroneous trouble tickets, emails, phone calls, and texts sent to him while he's sitting in a dentist chair, and allowing his team to be able to quickly verify conditions in the network. We want to keep this as interactive as possible. If you have any questions, ask them in any of the chats, and we will answer them towards the end of the session. So let's take a look and see what Mike is walking into after being at the dentist. So some backstory with this. So we hired a bunch of new engineers who are still learning the environment, and they reached out for help because they were getting inundated with tickets. It looks like I only got a few of them. So it looks like there is an issue where there's a port opened to one of the servers that shouldn't have a specific port open, and it looks like it's SSH. So if anyone has been to the dentist before, you know you kind of need time to heal and get your head right afterwards. And the last thing on any network guy's mind is jumping in and being able to troubleshoot something. So there has to be a way that Forward can make this easier and could be integrated into Rathco Inc.'s workflow to give them the insights on their network to see how they can resolve this. All right, so it looks like it's from the internet to web app. So let's jump to the Forward UI and see what we can do. All right, so we're going to do a search. So from the internet, we're going to go to the destination of the web server, and we want to do a layer 4 destination port that's not equal to 443, and we want to know if there was anything delivered or not. All right, so we can see that indeed something is being delivered. Let's expand our filters and see. And yep, it is definitely port 22. Let's take a look at where it can be. So let's take a look at our firewall. Let's look at the device state, and we can see already that the layer 4 destination port allowed is SSH. So odds are that this was done during a change window, and it had nothing to do with this server. So I've seen it before. When you're making changes, you're hyper-focused into the section of the network that you're working on, and you're really not looking at your blast radius. You do throw a couple of commands around to test to make sure that things still work, but to test an entire network to make sure that the intent of that network is still what it should be, that verification task is next to impossible unless there's a tool that can help you, and Forward can do that. So we can take this search, and we want to make sure that to this particular web app from the internet, we never want to see anything that's not port 443. So what we can do is we can save this as an intent. So every time Forward does a collection and we process the data, we look at all of the intent checks. And if the intent check fails, there's mechanisms that we can do from alerting. So we can send out an email, or we can send out, if there's an integration with ServiceNow, we can send out a ServiceNow ticket to let you know that, hey, the intent of your network has changed, and this is what changed with it. So for this one, we want it to be an isolation check. So we want to make sure that there's never any paths that don't equal 443. So it's the inverse of we want everything 443. This is we want to never see anything that's not port 443. So we're going to click next. We already have our path search check in. You can also craft it from here if you had wanted to change anything about it. So we're going to click next. We're going to give it a name. So we're going to name it WebVip. not 443. We're not going to give it a tag. So the intent is to check that no ports other than 443 can access web VIP. All right, we're going to give it a high priority because this is one of our more sensitive applications, as we can tell by how my email has blown up. So we're going to click Create Intent. So now let's go view it and see what we can see with it. So we can see that it indeed is failed, and it gives you the same information. So anytime a collection is done, what we'll do is like I was saying before, we will populate this and we will show you a history of collection from collection. If it passed, if it failed, and then we'll show you why. So we can actually see snapshot differences between two intents, so we can see what changed. So then that will also aid the team in troubleshooting to see exactly how we can fix this issue without getting Mike, the senior engineer, involved, so he can go and take a nap after his root canal and not, have to come here and troubleshoot a web VIP. All right. With that, do we have any questions, comments, concerns? All right. If we didn't get to your question during the live demo, we will definitely answer them via chat. You want to give Forward a try? Head on over to quest.forward.app, where you can pick a persona, either cloud, security, or network, and we can put you through real examples that the application would do. Head on over to our Bright Talk channel to watch some webinars on demand. Some include my journey from network engineer to cloud engineer by one of our TSAs, Craig Johnson. 5 network issues that a digital twin can solve in under a week, presented by one of our co-founders, Brandon. And then another one, Supercharge Your SecOps with Network Insights by another co-founder, Nikhil. Our next demo Tuesday, we're taking it on the road. I'm leaving my quaint studio in St. Augustine, Florida, and heading over to Forward's headquarters in Santa Clara, California. Want to see what we're going to show? You have to tune in on the 26th to see what we have in store for you guys. Thank you for watching,